That's what I needed the shots for.
Not what's up, people? It's your girl Taylor. I'm here for you. Another episode of You Good. So today I have a very special guest that the world needs more of. Okay, and that is a father that is dedicated to his child. Now, I do want to just let you guys know that so back home in Detroit, they're currently experiencing due to all of the snowstorms and stuff. Unfortunately, he could not be recording this in the comfort of his own home. He had to go somewhere else to safety with power. But we're going to continue to do this episode throughout everything that is going on. So just to give you a little bit of backstory on our guest, today I have a guest in the building. He is father, and he is not with the child, the mother of his child. Is primarily going to be focused on talking about baby mama drama and when we always assume that men are the reason why the drama is happening. So today we're going to talk about the other spectrum of it, of being like dealing with the toxic baby mama. And I'm super excited to talk about this because being a previous baby mama and a part of the previous baby mama committee, I hated when people would try to take the story and make it seem like I'm the crazy one. You know what I'm saying? When really he was the crazy one. You know what I'm saying? It's me. I don't know. So I'm hoping that today will shed some light on what's really going on in that baby mama baby daddy relationship. So can you tell them a little bit about yourself? Tell them where you from. You know how old your son is. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay. First off, my son is 6. He's Kenneth Jr. Um, we both out of Detroit. From Detroit, Detroit Road, went to Cody. That's a little bit of my background.
You said without giving too much.
Yeah, I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody coming to see me at the
Oh
crib.
my God, you're so dramatic. So, okay, so just to tell them a little bit about how long were you and your baby mama together before y'all had a baby?
Never. We wasn't together. Like she got pregnant. Just I don't know, just on some random, like just two people who were supposed to be messing, screwing each other for real, and then she got pregnant, and it went from there.
So the dynamic of our relationship wasn't like a couple. Y'all were like just
No,
messing around at first.
pretty much.
Damn. You don't feel like that's the reason why a lot of these baby mama, baby daddy drama be happening? Because we be sleeping with people that we not really with, should I say?
Yeah, it's a lot of reasons. You don't really know nobody. You know, so like I don't know. Throughout the years, when you find out to know the person, that's when they all figure out that you don't even, you know what I'm saying, like the person, or you could just stuff would just happen. You know, like just life events, and to make you realize, you know, like who the person that you had your child with, whether it's male or female, they go vice versa. Just you just see who they are. Like after time, you know, they always reveal like they true colors.
You feel like after the baby, that's when people reveal their true colors. You don't feel like they show them to you beforehand?
Because you don't got no baby, so it's like you just living free, you know, like
I don't
me.
know. I gotta disagree. I feel like people show you their true colors before you have a baby with them, depending on how long you've been knowing them. But we just don't pay attention. I think we got to deal with this person in the long run.
No, I don't know. Shorty ain't used to Shorty be tripping out. She ain't used to act like that before we had the baby. But then again, like that was like the short time span too. Yeah, that was like a real short time span. Like that we was talking before she had the baby. Yeah, yeah. So like our whole dealings, like, well, I don't know about everybody else, but my baby mama, our whole dealings has really been just like with our child. Like we didn't even. I don't even think we was talking 2 months. Um, yeah, I don't even think we was talking 2 months for real. Maybe not even that. Like maybe not even a month. Like it was really, really short. And then it just happened like
So
that.
when she told you she was pregnant, what was your reaction?
I was real super young then, so it was more of a like, damn, I done fucked up now. Like, like not for her though, like not in that way. It was just like, damn, I done jumped into this fan game. Like,
Well, I can
like
barely hear you. The people in your background are louder than you are. The
it's
baby
like
more on the part.
no, like I I don't know. My reaction was like kind of like I fucked up a little bit, but not like in a bad way, like towards her. It was just like, damn, like the first thing you think of is number one. The first thing I thought it was like my parents and what I put them through.
Oh, because you were a
So,
young parent. Yeah.
so I'm just like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm about to have a baby. Oh shit! Like,
It's scary.
and then like I don't know. It all played out though. Like I wouldn't change it. It all played out like it ended up being good. Like shoot, KJ ended up being like an awesome little guy. So like now I can't picture what life would be like without him, but still like I wouldn't recommend having babies young. Like
Yeah. That's actually what I was talking about last episode, being like the episode before last, talking about being a mom or father, super young. And I'm hoping in my next episode we could talk about getting married young because that's a whole different beast. But nevertheless, okay, back to this whole baby mama situation. In your opinion, what makes a baby mama toxic?
well, I know like for the most of it, I'd have seen like bitter dudes. I have seen bitter dudes, but I don't know. It's like these days the baby mamas be toxic. Like they be, I don't know. It's like they
What do
be
they
more.
do that makes them toxic? Like, what is it that they're? Because we all know what bitter baby daddy toxic is. It's that calling your phone nice saying that they don't want nobody around your kids, always trying to fight and argue, don't you know what I'm saying? Like, there's the list going on. As a woman, I can name all the traits of a toxic baby daddy. But as a man, from your perspective, what is a toxic baby mama? Like, what type of stuff do toxic baby mamas do?
Uh, I don't know. Like I just think overall, toxic baby mama is like not being fair. Like one toxic thing trait I think my baby mama got. She's just like not a fair person. Like I don't care. Like I don't care because I go to work and stuff like that. But like KJ, okay, like my baby mama, she in the army. KJ
Yeah.
6. I kept him, her deployments or whatever time she needed to go. I've kept him, but like it just be like little simple stuff like morals. Like I've never touched like a tax dime for him. Like I've never got like
Oh
you know,
yeah. I can understand that because it's like,
and
but
I think
only one person can technically claim a child, but it should be whoever took care of that child more than 50% of the time.
yeah, and I just think overall that's why we don't get along. She's not well, she probably is just not for me. She's not a I scratch your back, you scratch my back type of person. And
Do you feel like being a toxic baby mama basically is having a baby mama that's not fair? Basically,
because that play into everything. Like when you ain't fair, you're not fair with the kid. You know what I'm saying? None of that, and it's just You know, like I've had like a couple of events, like holidays, where like I want to take my son to see like my side of the family or stuff like that. Even when he was younger, and like you don't really have a reason to say no. You just said no because you could, at the time.
Just to be
Like
bitter.
just like just to run shit. Like, that's like a toxic woman, period. Like you can't run everything.
Yeah, I have that back. I can admit to that. I've never like Ayana, you're like 11 years old. I never once thought, you know what, she should spend Christmas with her dad, until she got older and I became older and I realized, her spending holidays with her other part of the family is just as important. But for me, I was just selfish and I felt like she should be with me. I'm her mama. I carried her for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? Type of thought process. But I never really thought about it from that aspect of maybe he want to get her, even though he wasn't asking, but you know what I'm saying? Just as even thinking about it or asking, hey, did you want to get, Kenneth, or did you want to get Ayana, for this holiday or whatever? Has she ever before?
I mean, like, shoot, like once I figured like that she was gonna be on that, I had kind of just started dealing with it, like in a way, like I would just cope myself with it by just being with her, like on the holidays. So that way I'm with KJ. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like,
So now it's forcing a relationship you don't really want to be in because you want to spend the holidays with your son.
not in a relationship, just more like being somewhere like you don't really want to be or where you really not comfortable at. Like don't get me wrong, like like my baby mama family, like cool. It's like
Yeah.
nothing like that, but like, you more comfortable like around your family.
Oh,
So,
family. It's like Christmas time. You want to
like,
be. Yeah.
yeah. So like yeah, stuff like that just always I used to always have to, just I used to just deal with it. Like just go over like her grandma house or her parents' house or something like that and just deal with the shit and forget about it and move on like another day type of thing.
But did you ever bring
Um,
it up to her about it? Or how it made you feel? Or did you like just deal with it and say it is what it is?
I just dealt with it because she had kind of showed me what the tip she was on like already, like just like just in the beginning before Kenneth was even like walking, like I can remember like his first Christmas, like um KJ birthday October 27th, so his first Christmas he a month and some change, I'm guessing.
And what happened?
Almost I wanted to take him to my grandma's house. She can't walk. So I wanted to take him to my grandma's house.
Okay.
Like she was like no.
She said no. She was like,
Yeah, pretty much. Like there's no reason. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like got to telling me stuff like, she don't know my family or know how I am like with a baby, all that type of stuff. And I'm just like, bro, it's my baby too. Like, what is wrong with you? Like,
wow, that's crazy. You exposing me to my traits I didn't even know I had.
like I just never
What's
liked that.
that?
That's because they playing the game. They playing 2K.
Oh no. I cannot hear.
Turn the TV down.
Um,
Yeah, I made them turn it down.
thank you. But yeah, so like okay, like so I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of that because when Ayana was first born, I didn't let her go with her dad. I I don't really know how you're gonna do with a baby. And especially after just having a baby, I didn't feel like being around his family. I wanted to be in the comfort of my own home. I wanted to be relaxed with my feet up after everything I just went through. So I was just like, you can't take her either. Like, no, why? Why would you want to take her? Because it's like that protectiveness, but it's no consideration to this father wanting to, you know what I'm saying, and wanting this baby to bond with their family. It's unfair as hell. Now that I go back and I think about it and I reflect on it, but you're right. Like yeah, that is some shit. Like it's your baby just as much as it is mine, but I still don't care because I feel like I got more ownership to this child than you do.
Yeah, like and I feel like that's how they got it set up. Like, like as soon as you leave the hospital, the baby, everybody just automatically think the baby going with the mama, which it is like the majority of the times. But like, I feel like that's how the system is just set up. Like the woman is always going to be looked at like as the sole provider. But like in this case, like it's really never been like that. Like I've always like like played my part since the beginning, and
Right.
um, shit,
Damn, that
like.
is so true. You speaking
Uh,
facts to these people on this because
so
it is so
like,
true. Like I know a few guys that are great fathers. Don't get me wrong, but when it really come down to it, when it come to seeing their kids, when it come to spending time with their kids, they can have around their kids, the mama got all the control, you know, and the
mhm.
daddy is just kind of like, okay, all right,
And then it's like I don't even say really nothing about who around them no more, because like the moment you try to get like some type of adult, I wouldn't call it like an adult speech, but like I just always say like if you gonna have somebody around them, like like be like serious with the person, like don't just be having different dudes like come through, but like I'm telling you right now, like as a father, bro, you can't say that. You just got to deal with it and get your kid. When you can get your kid, because
I
they
don't
not
like
gonna
that. I
stop,
don't like that you're okay with.
bro. It's you talking toxic, right? Like shit. The
You said
moment
it's just
you,
easier if you're dealing with a toxic baby
yeah,
mama.
because she automatically try to come off as bitter or like like is you jealous that she's like, basically getting it popping with somebody else, and like that don't even be the case. Like it's the whole point. Like if you just, I know for a fact you just was talking to this nigga like months ago.
Mm.
Now you got this nigga, and then it's another nigga, and it's just like, bro, listen. If you gonna do that, that's cool, but don't have it around Kenneth. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? My baby mama favorite thing to say is like, why does it matter? It's like what I do. And I tend to come with that, like, you know what? Fuck it. What you do don't got nothing to do with me. We not no kin to each other. We
Right.
just got this kid. So like, you know, and
So you
just
just give up.
yeah.
You don't feel
And
like
like
that's really.
like like on far as like trying to be cool with my baby mama, I gave up on that shit all the way. Like I don't want to be cool. Like she done, you know what I'm saying? Like she be, I don't know. Once people show their true colors, it's hard to accept it. At first, it was hard to accept it, bro. But once people show their true colors, kind of show you that they really don't care about you. Like you really just, and it sucks to say you got to go through that a couple times, because even though people be doing some whole shit, we all guilty of that. It just like we all guilty of people doing some whole shit to us, and we just let the
Yeah.
shit slide. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it take to see that whole shit a couple times, or like it to when it comes to like some real direct shit, or you know what I'm saying, and that's when you figure it out, and like you know what I'm saying, like that's just how that go with that. Like I've figured it out. Like bro, Shorty is not like for me, like friend wise, and you know what I'm saying. Like we just got a baby together. Like you know,
So okay,
uh, okay.
if you had a baby mama that came to you with this, you cannot let anybody see our son unless you guys are on the verge of marriage. And she said you promised to do the same. Do you feel like that's a fair?
Say it again.
Do you feel like it's to say I promise not to introduce anyone to our child until I'm on the verge of marrying this person? If you do the same, do you feel like that's a fair trade?
No, because number one, listen, somebody gonna break the trade, bro. Because it doesn't it take with a majority of people when you get married. I feel like it take years. You have to go through a phase of fiance and shit like that, or like
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
to
if you
be
feel like you about
casually
to,
dating a person.
you can introduce my kid to your kid. You feel like that's a
Nah, you can meet my kid before that. It just we gotta be talking for a while though, like consistent. Like
So how do you gauge that? Like, if you could come up with an agreement with your baby mama, would that be 6 months that you talking to somebody consistently, or would that be like a year? What is that? What does it look like for you?
I don't know. I would call myself talking to somebody consistently, probably like 5 months, 5, 6 months. And, you know what I'm
So you
saying?
feel like
Okay, and
after
like
six, you're talking to somebody for 6 months straight, then she can introduce this person to your son. You feel like that's okay then at that point?
I mean, yeah, like shit. I really wouldn't give a fuck. Like like before, like it's all right to introduce them, but what I'm saying is like, like far as like activities and like shit like that, because you could stop talking to that person, and next up, now your kid is looking for that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't say like it's okay. Well, oh hi, this is my son. His name is Kenneth. Kenneth, and
Yeah,
like I understand that. Like I have
yeah,
no problem with that. But like far as like
right.
like hanging out on some like stepdaddy like activity type shit. Like you
Oh
gotta,
yeah, like taking them to, like going to whoa, they basketball or football games and stuff like that. That's like a little like you should have some time in before they up at the kid school.
yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers don't get that. Like you just, you bitter. So like I know shit like that. Like all that type of shit is like we beyond possible. Then it depends on like the type of girl like you date. That the girl is. Like unfortunately, I
So
want.
okay, so if you met yourself that just started dealing with your toxic baby mama, what would be your advice for him?
Use a condom.
I'm talking baby. Fool.
Uh, shit. I don't know. Like I'm not perfect. I have been wrong in a lot of situations, but like I don't know. My baby mama just never understood. Like, bro, that we was kind of growing up together. So a lot of the stuff that I did do wrong in or fucked up in, like, bro, I didn't know any better. Like, nigga, my parents not married. At least to her defense, like, your parents married. I feel like you supposed to know how it go, the ins and outs of a relationship struggle more than me, because you've been around that all your life. Nigga, like, my parents not married for the longest. My parents argued. My daddy still
But
talk
what I'm
about
saying
being
is,
on
you don't
child
feel like
support.
that's unfair? Like you expecting her to have this certain level of understanding just because her parents married you, you not having that level of understanding in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, but like, I mean, what's the understanding? Like, but like, when I say like, I don't know how to react to like certain situations or stuff like that. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with me like admitting that and willing to talk about that than just
Yeah.
being called like everything under the book or like slow or that this
Oh
person is just
wow.
not for me. Like nigga, I
No,
don't
that's
I
not
don't
okay.
I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I just you don't I hadn't been in like relationship until I got a girl pregnant. Before that, I was living my life. Like I had little high school relationships, stuff like that. But none of that stuff really hurt my heart. Like I don't know. I guess the baby thing is like some soul ties type shit. And that shit is like that shit is real. Like niggas love their
Well,
baby
sex
mama. But like,
altogether is a soul tie, and we don't want to acknowledge that, but that's a whole other conversation. But okay, so I got another question for you. If okay, what is the most toxic situation that ever occurred between y'all, and what would you change about what happened on your end? What could you or what would you have changed?
I just wish I would have opened my eyes a little bit more. Like she lied about a nigga sleeping with, like nigga is supposed to be her cousin. Like, you lied about like that type of shit. And I just wish I
Oh
would have opened my
wow, I
eyes.
forgot about that. Yeah.
I wish I just would
Oh,
have opened my eyes a little bit more, because it's like it's not that serious, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I had seen it, you know what I'm saying, like in her phone and shit like that. But I was fucking with her so much, I was like too naive, you know what I'm saying? Like this is You know what I'm saying? He's even blamed it on her friend. Rest in peace, Asia. She even blamed it on her friend one time. But this was before she died. So like I ain't saying she put it on her dead friend, but like pretty much she put it on her dead friend. Like
Because I remember the situation after you said it. Could you explain to the people that listen to this podcast how she cousin? Because if you say that, and then people gonna be like, she what? I think like you need to explain it was not really her cousin. Or maybe it was. I don't remember. Because you just gave us like a snippet of what occurred in this situation. Because that was really fucked up. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry to laugh, but that I laughed because it was so fucked up.
no,
So
she just
confusing.
I don't know. Like the whole time, I guess the nigga was supposed to be her cousin. Like
And you
and
met
then they
him?
just yep. She had introduced me as her cousin one time, and then shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I even had told her then though. That's why I said I just should have opened my eyes up a little more. But you know what I'm saying? Like I could just sense the vibe. Like and sure enough, like that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like.
Or could you tell the people how you found out? How did you find out you were right?
Oh shit! I went through her shit and saw a video like him smacking her ass in bed and shit like that. I'm just like you lying bitch, like, and it just was like yeah, like what the fuck, like your cousin.
So
No,
so did y'all ever talk about it?
she didn't really care. She felt she wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like according to her, like she, I don't know. According to her, we've been broke up for like all these years and stuff like that. Like, bro, listen. Like we stopped fucking each other like I would say like three years ago. KJ six, probably like 2, 3 years ago. So like bro, we always was having sex. So like I'm not trying to hear,
Even
pretty
after
much
that?
oh we wasn't. Like no, not after
Oh,
not after
okay.
that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like but I'm saying like while all of this was going on, like of course it's going on when I'm not knowing. So like all the while this was going on, like we was for sure like, in the same crib doing it or whatever, like, majority of the time and like out participate with each other and shit. And I just was like,
Yeah,
bro,
actually being a
you know,
family, so you thought.
yeah, like and that shit was just like, you know,
Yeah,
all
that's
right, bro, fuck it.
devastating. So like, okay, so since you stopped messing with her in that sense, I think you guys have just decided to co-parent. How do you guys feel like is? How do you feel like the co-parenting is between y'all?
Wow. What?
I don't know, for the majority of it, it go cool because we are two parents that be willing to go above and beyond for our child. So hold on, see, I'm trying to find the charger.
Uh-huh.
Bro, you seen the charger? But no, we are, like we do both go do a lot for KJ or like go above and beyond. So like co-parenting be easy. We just not get to the point where like, well, I know I'm just not get to the point where like I don't know, I can't really help you with shit and I can't use you for help neither. Like, we just strictly parents. Like,
So do you feel
you
like okay,
know,
so dealing with a toxic baby mama, do you feel like that's where they have it messed up at? They still trying to help each other. They still trying to do relationship shit, even though they supposed to be doing co-parenting shit.
yeah, because one person could be thinking like that y'all or that this person got you doing this stuff because they want to get better with you and work on the relationship, and really they just doing it because it's helping them at the time. Once they, get shit situated or find somebody that they is interested into, you don't have to stay and shit. Like, and that's just how it go. And like I say, I learned my lesson on that. Like, like fellas, and then it's a lot of little shit I learned too. Like, always have your own whip, shit like that. I went through like a whole bunch of shit, like, you know, and it would have been like a lot easier if I just would have been down and focused on myself and then maybe try to do like the whole family thing. Like, that shit not gonna work out overall just because the majority of times when you have a baby so young, you're not financially stable.
Yes.
and that play a big part in a lot of things on why sometimes women cheat, men cheat. Like that shit plays like a big part. It shouldn't, but unfortunately it does. That's the world we live in. And like yes, I just wish I would have opened my eyes up a little bit more. So like now, um, I'm not saying like I'm ready for shit, like I'm not looking for one, but it's just more like uh I'm more focused like on like the things like that I know like that'd be smart, like bring it to the table, like the relationship, work on credit,
Yeah.
shit like that. Like but
So,
like
mhm. Oh, go ahead.
but like yeah. No, overall though, I'm just that toxic baby mama shit really have you like in a bad headspace, but I'm in a good headspace overall.
What do you feel like brought you through your bad headspace of dealing with your baby mama? Just
Um,
so men can hear it. And if they in a bad space right now, dealing with their baby mama, and they're like, I don't know how much longer I can take this shit. Because how many times have we heard of stories on the news of people that killed their baby mama, killed their girlfriend? Like, what would you advise to a man that's going through it with their child?
shit, I would say, bro, like, listen, just how you was sauced up, and when you thought that this girl was like the best thing in the world for you before y'all had the baby, because I know that's how you be feeling. Like, I thought Taylor was the best thing in the world before she had a baby. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you gotta realize, like, that you still that person, bro. Like, you still that nigga. Like, you can go out and you know what I'm saying? But like I understand it because I understand like the feeling because you put so much work into like trying to be a family or this family shit and it don't matter and it don't work and you feel like it's the end of the world. But you gotta know like that you who you are like as a person. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta know that how they go T like one monkey don't stop the show. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
one monkey
Like
don't stop no show, baby. These
yeah,
wheels gonna keep rolling, boo.
you gotta know that. And once you know that, like, you'll be all right. Like, I had my rough patches. Like, shit, I'm looking rough now, but like, I'm proud of what I did because shit, I ain't had to ask my baby mama for no help. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
shit like that. And I'm out here, and I'm not a nigga. I'm not trying to brag, but I ain't a nigga. I don't have an average car. Got me a nice car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work hard for my stuff. So, like, I'm not no bum nigga, like you know what I'm saying? And then like that's when I feel like when niggas really do be hurt for real, like really bum niggas and it's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? But when you got like a little stuff going for yourself, like bro, you can always bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Like you
But
can
what about the
always
man that don't want nothing to do with their baby mama, but their baby mama just making it difficult and hard on them with being a father? Like, how some women they keep their kids away. Like, what do you feel about that? I know you have never had to deal with that, right?
pretty much no, like except for like the few little holiday times or with my baby mama, what I know that she will do is like you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like I got into a car accident a few months ago and I was out of a car for a few months. But what she will do is like, I could tell she'll ask like, are you coming to pick up Kenneth? Like, it's, I just got into a car accident. So pick up
Right.
where? You know what I'm saying? But then like,
Feedback on your side. Hold on. I'm gonna need you to. It's like a sound and like the. Is there to with lighting or something? Possibly no.
no, I'm on this. I'm right here. I
Oh,
got my phone on the charger.
okay. Just
Yeah.
turn it towards the light. Turn your phone towards the light if you can. Like, let me see.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, say something
but
now.
yeah, but like,
Okay, go ahead.
but like yeah, like she, I don't know, man. It's starting to get funny now. Just how I deal with my baby mama. It's starting to get a little funny. Uh, you know,
So, do
like
you feel
we
like?
still.
But what do you feel about? How do you feel about the men that have to deal with women that keep their kids away? What?
Tell you what my people tell me, man. If you don't got like the type of baby mama where she's just willing to split time with you, bro, and all that, go establish some rights if it's that serious to you.
Yeah.
Otherwise you just, I mean, that's just that right there. Like, I'm
So
sorry,
do you
like I
feel
don't
like
got no.
men should be okay with putting themselves on child support so they can establish rights? Because you know
And
that's
then
the
why you?
first thing they're gonna do.
But yeah, but now it don't even always happen like that. Like, that's what niggas be scared of. Like, I would say, like, stop being scared of that. It don't that stop letting that stop you from, doing stuff like that. Cause, like, shit, like, nigga,
Your
it is
kid
what
is
it
worth
is.
more. Like, yeah, I don't think men realize that. A lot of men that have baby mamas that are toxic, because I remember I had a friend and his baby mama basically told him, like, my son around nobody, and she wanted to be with him. And I remember dating back then. And I remember on New Year's Eve, the only way he could see his son was if she was able to come with him. Now, trick to that is, I was waiting at his house, and I his son. You know, she took her son with her with him. I told him to go put yourself on child support.
Oh, I gotta feed that nigga. I gotta feed
So
that
he
nigga.
just continued to go for so long until eventually, he got married. Whoever he brought around a kid. So you're saying that it's okay to put yourself on child support. It's okay to be, what I'm saying, to go ahead and make that step, because at least you're not stressing yourself out trying to be a thumb. And you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta worry about um about not being able to see
And,
your kid.
and it's like, bro, and it's like you can pull the same shit women do. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be smart. Like, bro, you put yourself on child support. That's stating that you take care of your kids. You pay for your kid financially. So guess what that give you access to? At the end of the year, you got 6 months. You put them on your taxes. Both of y'all can file it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't gotta be no, well, yada 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 yada. Like, it's ways around like that toxic arguing shit. It's just all, it's up to the girl to, like, want to be fair too. But I'm telling you, like, man, it's a way you can make it easier for yourself. You just gotta do it and not worry about it. Me, uh, never went like that because, like I said, my baby mama is in the army, so not even the army. I need to stop saying that. National Guard. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but, like, yeah, like, so I've damn near, I'm not gonna say I damn near has been forced to keep my son, but it's like I'm one of them people like that. Unfortunately, I didn't have to go through that because it was already automatically my responsibility, papers or not. You know what I'm saying? Custody papers or not, it was gonna be my responsibility to keep him while she was
Exactly.
gone.
Because she was gonna
Uh,
be leaving and etc.
yeah. So, like, you know, uh, and that's just like, yeah, I would say just don't be afraid of that, bro. And shit, and then you be lucky if you got all your ducks in a row. You might not have to pay nothing. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, like, bro, these judges are smart, bro. They can tell when somebody gets toxic or just mad or, personally mad. Like, you go down there, like, do this, you split time like this, and all this type of stuff. You
So
go
you
down there
feel
with
like
your
they do
ducks in a
listen to
row.
fathers when they go down there, like to family court?
Yeah, like, I feel like a lot of times people dudes don't be having their ducks in a row, and I that's just what that is with that. I'm not
So
saying
what
keep
could
every
they do to
receipt.
get their ducks in a row before they go to the family court session? What could they do to get prepared?
Make sure you have shit like a driver's license, insurance on your car, a stable place to live, stuff
So
like
just
that.
having the ability to take care of your child, proving that you have the environment to take care of this baby.
hmm I just don't want this other individual in the environment while I'm doing it.
I just without having to take care of her too.
Pretty much. And, like, you do that shit from the beginning, bro. Like, bro, judges is like, you know what I'm saying? If I would have did that from the beginning, like, I probably wouldn't have no problems. I don't really have problems now. It's more of threats and, stuff like that. But I don't really have problems now because, shit, like, no, regardless, I have to keep it. Like, sometimes, like, lately, like with me car accident, physical therapy, the stuff I got going on has been a lot. But like, like I know for a fact, like it's just I've more than enough been there. And then a lot of men too, like, like you can't be, you just can't, bro. Like that's the thing. You gotta just be on some serious shit. Like you damn near gotta just look at your baby mama like a little ass irritated sister, bro. Like
What?
I swear to God,
Your
like
baby mama, like an irritating sister.
little ass sister, not
Little
sister,
ass.
little ass sister.
Okay, what does that mean?
Cause like, bro, nigga, you gonna find some shit to nag or like talk shit about, like, or like you can't say nothing, without it being like some shit, unless it's something that you doing for them, or you know what I'm saying, or something that y'all doing like that they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's little girl shit. Like grown people know how to compromise. When you can't do that, like nigga, it's a rap. You'll compromise with a nigga that's not really doing nothing for you, but fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's cool, but like, so nigga, compromise with your baby daddy about, what we gonna do with our kid, or how we gonna keep him, or who gonna go pick him up and stuff like that. Like, don't try to, you know what I'm saying, bash and or do stuff like now, like for instance, I don't care. I don't care. I've always been the one to, the majority of the times, like number one, I was the first parent to enroll KJ in any type of school because I had to put him in school while she was on the deployment. Even when she got back, he goes to school. I be the one. I drop KJ off and pick him up from school. Stuff has just changed due to my accident, and like after I got in the car accident, I bought another car they stole. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like it has been like personal issues like that. But you ask my baby mama, according to her now, she has been doing it forever. like 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 busting her chops,
A lot
doing
of
it.
baby mamas want that whole. We want that high of saying, "Oh, I'm a single mom, but I'm an independent woman. I do it on my own." Because I mean, let's be honest. As a previous single mom, it does make you feel good that you're a single mom out here doing it by yourself. But then it's like, is you really doing it by yourself, or do you got a little help? You know what I'm
Cause
saying?
you for sure not doing it by yourself.
Yeah,
And that
but when other people see you, they don't see your baby daddy. So you just like, oh, I'm doing this by myself. I'm independent. But it's like, girl, no, you're not, because you're getting them checks. Don't act like you ain't getting them checks. Don't act like he ain't picking up this kid from school. Don't act like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nobody wants to acknowledge that because we prefer it to be strong, independent black women.
it's
Which
all.
sucks.
That's why, like, I don't know, like that's why they say, like, you just gotta watch who date. Like when you find somebody that's for you, like that shit is serious, cause like shit is serious, like, cause
So, and then like he's older and he asks, what happened between you guys? If he parents, sons don't really ask. But if you had a daughter and she asked you, Dad, what happened with you and my mom? What are you gonna say?
I don't know. I wouldn't, I probably would, like a lot of the stuff, like I'll be there and let go. So it'll just be more like if just for the kids' sake, to not give them like all the toxic mix or make them think that okay, my parents do this toxic shit, so I can do this with this person.
But
I'll
maybe they
probably
can
just
learn
play it
from it
off.
too, though.
Nah, you never want to
Maybe
open a book up that you never know you can close.
that's
You
so
never
true.
do that. You never do that. So you I don't know. I'll probably play it off like, bro, look, me and your mama went to school together. We kind of knew each other our whole life. We just got tired of it. like, make up something like that. Like,
So you
like
gonna
I wouldn't, yeah, like to save the both of our ass. Like, I wouldn't try to
oh,
bash her. Like if you never want to bash. Like, I'm learning that. Like, you don't bash the other parent in front of the kid because, like, your kid feels some type of way. Like, like I know my son love his mama. Regardless of how much time she has spent or had to go away on the deployment, he loved his mama. So like, I would never try to steer him, against her. You know, so like I feel like as long as you have the same respect like that, and your baby mama got that type of respect for you too,
But what
you'll be
about if
all
your
right.
baby mama don't got that type of respect? What if she talking crazy about you? Like what do those men do? Like do they talk crazy back or do they what do they do?
I mean, shit, if that's not affecting your relationship with your kid and what you doing, let the motherfucker talk.
But if it is affecting it, then you
No, cause actions show louder than words. Like your kid gonna know. Well, shit, my daddy come. I don't know what you're talking about. Like my daddy, like I ain't gonna lie. Like my mama though, it's a lot of stuff like that. My mama really still to this day be mad at me on cause I don't let her call my dad a deadbeat or stuff like that. My daddy not a deadbeat. He just didn't do stuff when you wanted him to do it sometimes, or when you wanted to say jump. So now he a deadbeat. But nigga, I stayed with my daddy the majority of my life, and he's bought me cars, clothes, shoes. Like you know
so
what I'm
you
saying. He's far from a
like
deadbeat.
once the baby or once the kid gets older, they'll realize what is and what's not. So it's like it's no point
Hmm.
in trying to argue with the baby mama about what she's saying or what she's doing because when they get older they'll see it. But okay. So with that being, you don't feel like any of that is affecting him now?
Uh, no, because Kenneth is like really. I don't know. You have to really know my son or like see be around him to know he is like a really really bright soul. You know, so he's be like now, like I'm probably gonna see him like due to the power being off still. I'm probably gonna see him tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or like I don't know. Like I just she wasn't gonna end up watching. I just got my car back. It was stolen, but I just got it back. So and I got a lot of stuff done on it that had to be fixed. So like with that being said, like you know, like I will be going to get them like just like I'm always doing or always was doing. I just honestly have stopped like for a hot second because I'm at the type of point in my life where I can't depend on nobody. You know, like I can't use my mom car to go get my son, or I can't ask his mom to drop him off because you know shit like that is just her looking for ammo. You know what I'm saying? I got to do
Yeah.
everything. Like you know,
Yeah.
like so, like I really just be chilling, but like yeah, like the best thing to do, man, to deal with any of that toxic shit, man, is have your ducks in a row and you know, and be able to talk to somebody too. Like I got an older sister. My older sister Tashara is really like my mom in a way. Like you know, she treats me like a son more ever than a baby brother. So you know, like I have like a few people that you know that help me keep my shoulder on my head because you know, like I said, nobody perfect. I've had my ups and downs in my life, but like I'm definitely you know starting to realize that the grass, you know, like it is greener grass somewhere. Like you just got to get out there and find it,
You find it.
or you probably just
So
you
do
know
you feel
your
like
grass
having that
still.
community saves you a lot of times and dealing with her and dealing with everything that's going on in life on top of that?
I mean, yeah, cause that shit real. Sometimes you just need to be around for love. That
That's so
shit is
true.
real.
We were just talking about
That's
that on my last episode. Me and Queen, we were talking about having community when you have kids. It's like important, like top of the line important because you gotta have people to talk to. You gotta have people, you know what I'm saying? When you really feel like you're about to lose it, somebody to talk to and you can call on to help you get through it. You can't always do it by yourself.
yeah, no, that's true. Like I got a good support system. Like I might not get along perfect with everybody, but like my mom helped, my brother helped. Shout out to my brother, he just had a baby. My
Aw.
niece, Naylin. So, uh, yeah, like you know, like it just take a little bit of help. It just take a little bit of help, and that I do got. Like when I need it, like I for sure can call or ask my mom. Like, mom, I gotta. Can you watch KJ at like if I was say like if we was to split time week by week. I work at nights. I can have my mom watch KJ at night for me while I go to work with no problem. That's what I mean by like support. Like as long as you got like that type of support that allow you to get better,
Yeah.
then you good. You shouldn't be worried about it.
So, what is any last pieces of advice you have for anybody out here dealing with a baby mama? Toxic. Let's say even more toxic than you even put them through crazier stuff than what you've been through with her. What would you say to them right now? If they listen to this and they like, man, I'm a killer. I don't know what else to do at this point. What would you say to them? If they were sitting right next to you right now, what would you say?
All right, let me think good on this. Hold on. Hold on. I got to. I got to. I have to. I would say, no. All jokes aside, though, like, bro, you gotta know. Number one, you gotta know where you losing at. Like, if you know you got some shit about you that your baby mama can exploit, I'm telling you right now, don't even go up to the battle. Don't even go up to the battle. Don't even go into the battle right now, like without your ducks in a row. Because I'm telling you right now, you getting set up for failure. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you don't have a car, you don't have a driver's license. Whether I don't give a fuck. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell the truth. My parents, my mom, she has just now started pushing that agenda because I have a kid. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like I want to tell like dudes, like, bro, listen. The majority of the time, a woman family is gonna help them out with the baby, like especially like if that woman is close to her mom, grandma. That's her biggest support. You know what I'm saying? As men, we don't always have that. So like, what you got to do is, like I said, have your shit together, bro. So like, if you out here, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm telling you right. The license and you go try to fight for custody, nigga, you feel, because they're going to tell you, like, bro, well, how you going to get around? How you going to take the baby to the doctor's appointments and stuff like that? And I feel like just small stuff like that is where a lot of us men be failing at, and it ain't, and you don't even know it. Like, of course, you thinking, like, okay, I got a place to stay and yada, 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 so that's all my son needs. Long as we got somewhere. No, nigga, they gonna ask you, like, if you truly not gonna be with this person, then how are you gonna get around? Do you have a car? Does it have insurance on it? Are you working? Do you have babysitter shit set up? Like, who's gonna take care of your child while you're at work? You gotta have all that shit in a row. If you don't, you just set yourself up for failure because the mama got that shit in a row from day one. Day one. Again, when you have your baby and it's cold and the mama got to go to the stove, 9 times out of 10, if you ain't there, who watching that baby? That girl's sister, that girl mama, or you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? They already have the support. So bro, you gotta make sure you have your shit. Yeah. And it's like, bro, listen, I can admit it. Like, bro, I for sure fucked up. But like it was all a learning experience. I didn't let it down me. Like, shit, I'm still learning, like, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
like, that's just how it goes. Like, yeah, I really think that's what it is. I just really think you gotta be more on some independent shit. Like, and I can say it's a lot of stuff that I should have known off bells, like, for sure. But I had to learn it. And like, it's a lot of stuff that people kept telling me. I had to learn it. Before I just recently got down and got my driver's license like 2 years ago, you know how many times my sister was telling me, like, you need to get a license, you need to get a license. And I'm like, dog, I don't need no damn license to make money and live. But you do. When you can't even get, bro, you barely can get a good paying job these days without a driver's license.
So this is just like all the stuff that men should, because I remember us talking about how a lot of times women mature faster than men. So we're at an advantage when it comes to us having this baby. We have this baby and we're just like
For sure.
racist from the beginning. And for some men, you didn't mature as fast as her, so you still late and delayed to the race,
For sure.
So I really appreciate you though for just being transparent about like what it takes through and to continue to just be there for yourself toxic shit that's gonna happen because even when you said like she was doing this and doing that, sleeping with her cousin and all of this, you still being a father even through that, like still willing to be there for your kid, not saying fuck them kids because you know what I'm saying, because you're on some bullshit. Because men to do that, they'll be like, oh fuck this shit, I ain't fucking with this kid or her because she da 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 da. But I really respect the fact that through all of that, you still stood 10 toes down for the sake of your son. So
I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but shit, my son name is Kenneth. So with that being said, like whoever she fucking or whatever, like whether she feel like it or not, I don't feel like that's his responsibility. So it's some shit like that I'm not gonna even just allow like being a father. And to avoid that, nigga, go get your kid. Like I said, like bro, because it's not gonna stop. Like bro, just like you don't stop, just like she don't stop your show, nigga, you don't stop her show neither. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna stop. Like bro, just because you got a kid, that don't mean like whenever your kid with you, your baby mama not gonna have nobody around your kid, bro, because she is. Like
so
nigga,
you feel like
just
men need to let that go and stop fighting for that?
yeah, for sure. Like your kid gonna know you regardless. Like nigga, my son, he knows me, so I
Yeah.
know. I know, like that's something like that. Can't no other nigga like come in between. Like, bro, my son, like I know for sure, I got the type of son that he will for sure tell his mama like that's not my daddy. Like I like I know for sure, and he will tell me the same thing. That ain't even got nothing to do with me or her. He will for sure tell me the same thing. That's not my mama. Like KJ is like a smart little dude. So like yeah, like long as you um around your kid and stuff like that, you don't really got to worry about them getting comfortable around the other nigga. Or even if they do, that's fine. They're still going to be more comfortable around you because they're yours, and kids know that. Like, I know for sure my son, like, he like being around me. Like, he's honestly probably been upset that we haven't been able to hang a lot lately because of what's going on. And I know he can because when I talk to him on the phone, Daddy, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
like, where you at, man? Like, what you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, Playboy. What's going on? Like he was giving me like them type of what you doing. It's like
Yeah.
so yeah, like these kids not dumb, they smart. Like my
So
son's
stop
six,
worrying
man.
about, oh, she got this dude around my son. She got this dude around my son. Because at the end of the day, that's still your son. That's still your daughter. They know that you're their father. So
Hmm.
fighting her on who she brings around his child. I mean, of course, you don't want, because I've seen it go the other way, where a woman different guys at one time and they all in and out of the house. That could affect the child. But if it's not that, I feel like it should just be left alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the whole thing, like my whole thing is like, like just well, mine was like the whole cousin thing. Cause like now you got my son involved. I know for sure you made my son call him cousin too. Like if you know you was feeling this type of way about this dude for a long time, then like don't do that, bro. That's just mad disrespectful. Whether you, whether
You feel like she was confusing him.
I mean, like yeah, for sure.
Cause how are you
Like yeah,
calling this person cousin, but you doing like you kissing
like
cousin?
like yeah. Nah, I don't know. Like if she did that around him, like I would say like like I know for sure, like she's had, like, what I'm saying, him and other niggas around KJ, but like, like that was just like my only thing with that shit like that. Like, don't play my son like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even just me. Like, don't play him like that. Like, it all would have been cool if you just would have been like, bro, this is a friend of the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, yada, yada, yada. But you talking about, like, this is your cousin. Then, like, you making it seem like I'm the craziest nigga in the world for thinking you fucking your god cousin, step cousin, whatever you want to call it, and you really are. So like now, like my next step is like, bro, well, stop telling KJ that. Stop telling KJ like I don't care. Like stop telling KJ that that's his cousin because he's not. Like I'm not telling him nobody is his family like that. I'm fucking like no shit like that. But it's like you can't do that because like of course the first thing you gonna get is you bitter or you mad or you jealous. Like no nigga, you clearly lied about something that I thought you wouldn't go that low on the totem pole. You know, like
Yeah.
so like I just tend to learn, bro. That's another thing I get at fellas too. Expect the worst. Expect the worst. You know what I'm saying? Prepare for the best. Expect the worst. There you go, cause bro, some shit is gonna happen. You know, it's life, and like it all. You what makes you a boss, or how me and my brother. You know, me and my brother. You know, my brother always try to teach me like to be on some bossy shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, what makes you a boss is like just how you bounce back from that shit. Like, you know, I feel like I'm doing good. Like for the majority of it, like you know, I got a good job, damn good job, and you know, like hopefully don't nobody steal my damn car again. But like, you know, I just been having like little personal
Wait,
situations like
hold on,
that.
1 minute, hold on. Okay,
But
okay.
like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, like you know, it just I don't know, and you'll start to feel better too once you know. Like you know, you'll just know like, all right, you'll know like, excuse me. The sure know
Hmm.
like stuff is getting better. Like you know, like you can tell. Like you'll start feeling better. Like you'll just wake up like in a better mindset. Like I for sure, like I can tell you right now, just off bills, I for sure wake up feeling 10 times better. The fact I got my car back, like,
Like the
like
more
you
that
know,
you get your stuff together, and the more you separate yourself from her.
like, yeah, you be feeling good. That's what it is.
Hmm.
Like,
Well, I think if we were giving the kind words to these young fellas that be out here confused about having a baby
no,
mama.
no, I don't say it all. Like shit, I ain't got the worst baby mama. Like shit, it could be worse. So you know, like so. I give her that compliment. You know, I don't have the worst. This, I mean, I ain't gonna edit that out. She, de- she definitely is the B word. She definitely is like something else. But like, bro, she ain't the worst though. Like, I done seen niggas with worse, like niggas baby mama that don't let them get their kid at all. You know that type of shit. I've like at all, like or just simply on whole shit. Like I've seen like I can't give her that. Like she's just like far as like what happened to us in our relationship, I would say she's not like a good person. But like when it comes to like our kid, like she does like a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like she feed him. You know what I'm saying? When she's with him, she makes sure he eat. Like you know the basics
She
she
takes
got.
good
So like
care of him. Yeah.
yeah
It's
yeah
just that when
just
it
to
comes
like
to the dynamics of y'all relationship, that's when
yeah. So
she
like
her
that's
wholeness.
one thing. That's one thing I'ma say. Like too. Like nigga like if you really know over your baby mama and shit like that, you able to admit shit like that because that has nothing to do with your relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you go in her house, I'm not gonna front, bro. If you go in Taylor house, she probably her cabinet probably full of snacks, but nothing but KJ. You know what I'm saying? Like her refrigerator probably full of Gatorade, nothing but the kind KJ like. You know what I'm saying? So like you know, he's a spoiled little dude from both of us. So like, you know, like I do think she treat him well. Like I will competent to, you know, to basically end stuff off like on a good note. Like I will compliment her on that. Like she take care of little dude like pretty well. We
Yeah, I
both
mean,
do.
and that's the
Like,
thing. Even being a toxic baby mama, I don't feel like that makes you a terrible parent. Like
mm-hmm,
now, can I say that for baby daddies? Not so much. But as a mom, it's rare that you'll meet a mom that's just toxic and don't give a fuck about her kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not to say it ain't out here because I know some mamas that completely don't have custody of their kids because they're a toxic woman, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's just them. You know what I'm saying? That's just who they are. But majority of the time, they just toxic. We just toxic towards the man. You know.
mm-hmm.
So I'm already hit. As just because you are a toxic baby mama, that don't make you a terrible mother.
Cause a lot of niggas see a lot of niggas, but a lot of niggas will flip it to that though, T. Like a lot of niggas will flip it to that. Like, and that's what you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, bro, you can't let your bitterness control like the reality. Like, nigga, you only saying she toxic because you not over her. Like, nigga, these what here is what I'm stating is like facts. But I'm saying like the niggas, they probably just be calling their baby mamas dirty, all type of shit, bro, because you not over her. So not everything she do is toxic, bro. But once you get over that shit and you see like certain shit, nigga, like you be like, yeah, okay. You sometimes you be like, good shit. You know what I'm saying? So like
So
that's
do you feel
what
like you and her are working towards more working at least towards being better co-parents than anything else? Not even friends, but just co-parents?
I wanna say like that's what we're working on. It's like we don't have a choice. You know? Like we don't have a choice. So it's not no working on it. That's what we're doing. Cause
Because
we
y'all have
don't
to.
yeah. Like, she work. Like I don't got like the type of baby mama that don't work. She go to work, um, and stuff like that. So she's just, I don't know. She's just her own person, man. And like we just two different types of people.
Y'all just gotta live in your own cycles, basically.
hmm Like I can't. Like I realized that like I can't. We can't ride in the same car all the time. We can't be in the same places because one tend to take advantage of the other, and that's just how that shit always go. And from now on,
So
like you
just
just
keeping
figure
your
out that
distance.
we
Don't
can't
get
do
too
that.
close.
Yeah, yeah. Like, like I'm not gonna lie. Like some people might call me wrong for this, but this is how I felt. KJ had a gala, kind of like a junior prom, I would say it.
Oh, okay. That's cute.
And I let him and her go because my car was stolen. So with that being said, what she didn't know, what I didn't tell her is my hair. Obviously, you see my hair not retwisted. I don't got a line up, none of that. But it's hard, so I could get my car back. Uh, so like yeah, I didn't go to the gala. I didn't go to the gala. I just let her and him go. And she like, well, I could have scooped you. You know what I'm saying? And yada yada. But I'm like, look, bro, I don't really want you to pick me up because just a few weeks ago we was arguing. I was the worst nigga in the world. Like, or you know what I'm saying? Like you hated me. I was more off that. But then again, when I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, bro, I feel like I did the right thing. Like, bro, nigga, if I can't get there on my own, then don't help me, bro. Like I'll figure it out myself on how I'm gonna make it up to KJ or explain to him while I didn't come. Don't let me do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to cover my ass all the time because it's like the
Oh, I think we lost your audio. Die or something? Because I can't hear you. Uh-oh. I still can't.
y'all start to get back to.
Oh, I hear you now. I hear you now.
I feel like the more that y'all do for each other, the closer that you gonna end up getting back to the person, and that's what you don't need. So you just got to keep your distance on what you can do for a person. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, fellas, as a baby daddy, the baby mama gonna take advantage if she sees she can on anything, because she feel like she know you more than anybody. Uh, so she gonna try to take advantage when she can.
Take advantage about what?
Just like little shit that they can get out their baby daddy that like this nigga can care less about. It could be small stuff like weed. I mean, it could be simple
Money.
stuff
Oh,
like
okay, I see what you mean.
yeah,
Okay.
like you gotta learn how to cut that shit off. Like you know what I'm saying? Because your baby mama wouldn't do that for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? It's like vice versa. Like, say if you don't got no weed, or like you got a quarter, or you got a quarter.
Well, let's say
Uh,
money. Because everybody don't
yeah,
smoke weed.
a nigga will like split it with his baby mama. But if it was vice versa, your baby mama not splitting that shit with you, bro. Definitely if y'all broke up, like she not splitting that shit with you, bro. So you gotta understand, like nigga, don't try to, you know what I'm saying, always try to do this to impress or you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like when you broke up, bro, what I'm saying is think about yourself. Like when you truly broke up with a person, think about yourself, bro. Don't be trying to look out and do all of that because when you look
Because
up,
she a baby mama. Mm-hmm.
yeah, don't
Okay.
no. same treatment as any other bro, like type thing, like yeah. I
Okay.
don't know, man.
Well, this has been good. Go ahead and let people know. But all in all, I think Kenneth has advised us all today. Women too, that if you are breaking up with somebody, and y'all got a baby together, focus on yourself and don't be upset with how they moving. Don't focus on how they moving. Focus on your child and how it is affecting your child.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth, you got any last words before I end
Shit. Shout out to the freshmen. No, overall though, like I appreciate you. Like letting me come on here and stuff. I wish I would have been like, like overall like getting a little better, space and stuff for it. Like, but
No, it's
you
fine.
know,
The thing is, we can always redo it, so it's not that big of a deal.
Lord ain't even matter to my appearance, man. It probably
You
was
can
some
come back
shorties.
on. You can come back on. We talk about toxic relationships.
It probably was some shorties on here, or they gonna be some shorties on here. Nah,
All
it's all
right.
good, yeah, though. Like, no, yeah, I just appreciate you letting me come on. No, I told you I was gonna do it. I was asleep, so I had to get up and do it.
No, you're
Um,
fine.
yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it. It's cool, and it's in the podcast, whole podcast thing. Like, I see why people do it. It's more like of a venting, but not venting thing. Like, it's like I'm you venting, but you're not like crying venting. You're just talking about it. Like, yeah, that is fucked up, like type of thing. Like, like so, like, yeah, it's cool. Like,
Yeah, make you feel good and make you finally get it off your chest, And then
no,
people that
facts.
listen to it can relate, and they be like, "Man, you right. That shit is fucked up." But yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in as always. For our next episode and to listen to my previous episode. Where we make sure on you we're here for you. You can always tap in with us on Facebook, Instagram, tap in with us on the Riverside app, where you can actually call in, and we actually have a number. And I've talked about this number where you guys can call in if you want to at any point, if you have questions, if you just want to comment on the topic. I'm here for it all. But all in all, thank you so much for listening. I hope that your week is wonderful. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out.